Good day, fellow South Africans, and I hope to see you at 8 p.m. Johannesburg time when we're talking to a couple of people about some migration options involving Uruguay in South America. But in the meantime, I have to tell you that I find it extraordinarily ironic that what is happening in South Africa today is making the apartheid times seem a walk in the park. And if you're not a local South African black person living in a township, you live in fear for your life. And that's why so many of them are leaving home. They're going back to Zimbabwe, to Zambia, to Nigeria. They've had enough. They don't know what they're going back to. A lot of them are going to go back to starvation, but they'd rather starve than be hacked to death in a township in South Africa. And if that sounds terribly dramatic, ask them why they're leaving, and they'll tell you. Just what I said. Hundreds of them. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And it's not getting any better. This is an article, or from an article that just appeared yesterday. Just like during the dark days of apartheid in South Africa, your identity card or document could spare your life. This is a situation in overcrowded Tembisa, east of Johannesburg, where an armed mob of locals is terrorizing Vusimusi informal settlement, demanding to see South African IDs as they flush out foreigners. Crazy. Madodo Sango was rudely awoken by a loud knock on his shack door on Wednesday. Now, I've got to tell you, that's not his real name. Anyway, it happened on Wednesday, just before midnight, with people shouting, "Hey Vena Mfana Vom Shangani, hey you Shangan boy, Volala Sifunu Ukubana, ID Yako, open this door, we want to see your ID." Does this start to sound like what happened in the late 1930s in Germany? And this is black on black, by the way. This is local South Africans against foreigners from states north of South Africa. Sango's shack was among those razed or demolished as community members went from shack to shack, forcing foreign nationals to leave the area. Yesterday, a number of shacks and businesses, mostly belonging to foreigners, were burnt, and only sheets of zinc and rubbish remained where the shacks once stood. Sango, 29, originally from Port Elizabeth, was sleeping with his girlfriend and their 9-year-old daughter. He said, "When I opened the door, a group of community members armed with sticks and pangas forcefully entered my shack, and some started helping themselves to my furniture. I told my girlfriend to run away with our daughter as I tried to explain to the people that I am South African." His plea, however, fell on deaf ears as they started demolishing his shack. "My shop, which is just next door, was already burning." A street away, Sowetan met 2 women from Zimbabwe. They said, "Things are bad here. We do not want to attract attention to ourselves. As women, we fear for our lives because we don't know when they'll come knocking on our doors." A 36-year-old Zimbabwean woman said she had to ask a South African friend to house her after fleeing with her baby. A local, Matapelo Sekodi, 60, said they were not against people from outside of the country, but South Africa had a crisis of overcrowding that needs to be resolved. It is time for the government to listen to our voices as South Africans and not hide behind the xenophobic violence attacks, she said. Ekurhuleni Municipality acting spokesperson Soli Mashabalala said, "About 40 foreigners had to run to the Tembisa police station and transport was arranged to take them to shelters in Katalong." Police spokesperson Captain Nelda Sekgobola said, I heard that on Wednesday a group of people were chasing away foreigners and burning their shacks, and most of the foreigners were displaced. But no one opened a case as they just ran away. And I have had so many comments to my videos which are talking about these new police stats, where they're claiming that crime is kind of, balancing out. It's bad, but it's kind of balancing out. Some areas like rape are going up, as usual. Well, most people today don't bother to go to a police station to lodge a report, because they know it's going to go nowhere. You might as well just go and sit in the park and have a hamburger and watch the sunset. At least there you'll be able to relax. In the police station, your file will probably be destroyed or lost, or it goes nowhere. Nothing is ever done. And that's why the crime in South Africa is escalating exponentially. It's all very, very sad. And I don't know where this black on black violence is going. Some people are saying, like the Institute of Racial Relations, that we are already in like a mini civil war. And I can't dispute that. I think there's so many conflicted areas in South Africa right now. You look at these racist policies of the ANC government when it comes to BEE and triple BEE, and guess who's feeding off that? The prominent politicians like Cyril Ramaphosa. The only reason Cyril Ramaphosa is a billionaire today is because he is well placed in the ANC, and large companies are forced by law to bring in an African shareholder to take a substantial part of their company for them to be able to continue to trade there. And of course, Ramaphosa has been a wonderful beneficiary of that. But of course, that's not looting or stealing or acquiring by illegitimate means. It's all legitimized because the ANC government say so. And if you look at the corruption right through the ANC government, the black privilege, you understand why the country is just going down the hill. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. This is xenophobia, and the attacks on foreigners by black local Africans is not going away. It's going to be a huge story. Please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please like this video. And remember, 8 p.m. tonight, Sunday, Johannesburg time, we are going live with a couple of people who'll be talking to the options for migration to Uruguay. It's going to be a very interesting discussion, I can promise you that. Uruguay, by the way, is in South America. Okay, guys, take care. Bye for now.